Anyways,
I
after
believe it
40
was
minutes of
Farron
recap,
did point you to Lord or Sir rather Jethro Black, as he's more knowledgeable in the esoteric
he
magics. This one right
he
here.
was around here. Yeah, I knew because I hovered over him by accident. I was like, oh, I know that name.
Yep.
Hello.
And then next to him is the one that Francis hung out with Lord Bertrand Crenshaw. Most fucking British sounding name in the fucking world, but
That
I
armor
digress.
looks weird as shit. Dude.
Cards. The cards reminded me of the Molotovs.
Oh yeah, you
So-
have Arnie's Molotovs. That would be pride from your
Yeah.
cold dead hands.
One of which is my emotional support Molotov now.
Arnie wouldn't have it any other way. I think everyone in the world needs an anachronistic emotional support Molotov. So, I think that covers the recap. But any other takers? Going once, going twice.
It's 40 minutes
I
of
don't think
recap.
so.
I hope we got it all.
Yeah,
We had a lot to cover.
Yeah,
did have a lot to cover. It was a
surprisingly.
very content-heavy sesh last week. So, assuming nothing else, BMO, play me Elden Ring. BMO, Soul Level 1 Elden Ring, go.
Foul tarnished.
Bow tarnished.
No equipment.
Wait, what? What's it playing right now? It's
Some
What the
random
fuck was that?
video?
what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
It's playing an ad. What the fuck?
I
No.
whatever. Moving on. So yeah, the room does filter out. I will give you guys, I'll call it lifelines. If you guys want to have like told any of the knights to come meet you later, this would have been the time you would do so. But you guys don't need to like dead ass go to each and every single night that you wanted to go up to and hit them up. I'll leave them all on the screen, but you can just assume that most of the room is clearing out or has cleared out. Just for you guys' visual reference as to which knight is which.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aside from which ones we want to chat with.
Well, those ones, as I said, you guys can chat with them later. Per Aurelia's instructions, all the orders and fellowships are to meet with their factions and then also converse, but check in with the Nightshade to see what needs to be done. So as of right now, they're all team break split outside or somewhere nearby. But as I said, if you guys want to like notify any of them, like, hey, come talk to us later. Until you guys prove otherwise, you guys have authority in some gracious capacity.
Until you prove otherwise.
Yeah, you know, respect is earned. You guys have earned respect. Don't unearn it.
Hell yeah.
Unearn it.
Yeah,
Don't be
I will say one
fast.
person does come up to you guys as everyone is immediately dispersing.
Which
Ooh,
is...
okay.
Da 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 da. Knight. No, not Knight. Fuck. Past team member Nessa.
Yeah, that was a quick upgrade.
Nessaro. This is the one that extorted you guys.
Yep.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, this is the one that flagrantly extorted you guys. So you guys can just imagine in your mind the clattering of armor as everyone shuffles out the doors, just everyone murmuring, happening all around. Some of them giving you guys like a thumbs up, like, "Hey, you got this," or "Hey, if you need anything, come talk." That sort of stuff,
Hey.
right? Look at me.
When you need us.
That's
You let
Hey,
me know.
actually,
not what a Severus says. That's not what a Severus would do.
Jen actually does want to try, as they're leaving, get a vibe check on like what the Snapdragons think of us / himself and Takari.
Roll inside.
I can hit you with another fantastic... I said it, so it's gonna be terrible now. Jesus, I couldn't get
Yeah,
worse.
hold it. Hold it.
You actually
Oh.
called it. Yeah.
Does Takari help?
You jinxed it.
Would you have brought her in on this?
Hmm. Gut instinct is maybe not, but also he does know, like, one, she wants to try and tussle with Kelsey, and two, he would probably think she would also be interested in this. So yes.
Very well, then take advantage.
And
Don't
here
roll another
comes
nat one.
another one. Okay, it's out of one.
Another one.
Damn, the fucking those
Yeah.
fours.
It's actually
Head up.
rather intriguing. Like they don't seem to mind you all that much. Like maybe some friendly rivalry from like George and like those of his come from the same cloth, but aside from that, not really.
Okay. Yeah, they don't just hate Ryugen because that's who they are.
No, like they might have qualms with your Newman for their, in their eyes, tyrannical rule over you, but you as people, you're just bored of your circumstance.
Okay, respect.
So, again, some playful rivalry, but not like outright racism.
Shut the hell up, fucking AI on my phone.
I will remember.
No, we're classist, thank you.
I'm classic towards AI robot. Okay, that's good to know. That's in a way reassuring to him. Well, they can't be racist.
Anything anyone else wants to do while people are filing out?
Falk walks over here. Lady Michaela, which of these gentlemen is Sir Jethro Black?
Question. He says with an earshot of Jethro Black.
Well, at this point, again, they're not standing where they are. They're like
Right.
culminating on the way out.
But what if
She
they
would
were?
she would indicate a more taller individual, which isn't saying much because everyone's decked to plate armor that gives them a couple of inches, but even comparatively, a more taller individual, probably somewhere around the order of like 6'3", 6'4", that if you squint your eyes as she points at him, there is like an innate glow about him. Not in like the sort of celestial way that Farron walked out with, but like a more pale blue one. That would be Sir Jethro Black. Do you wish to convene with him?
He follows her gesture. And he looks at her. Do you think you can ask him to meet us later? I trouble to talk with new people.
She gives you a quaint smile. Micro smile, but this is Michaela we're talking about.
Mhm.
It will be done.
Thank you.
She turns to Fias. She turns to Fias. I'll be seeing you later, Fias. And I will be waiting. And she takes her leave.
Smooth.
He looks at you as she's like leaving. He gets a deep. No, that's not a devious idea. He gets an idea.
Max her on the ass on the way out.
No!
Oh my god, man.
And then Takari assaults Fias.
Bro's trying to steal second.
He gets an idea, but aside from that, doesn't comment.
At some point, Dolly would ask Jason that if he's going to talk with Tal, then he would like to be there. Like, if he seeks him out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand the ask. I'm just trying to think of how it would get delivered to him. Because he falls in with his faction pretty immediately. So you probably do send, by word of mouth, something over to him. A quick runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of... it would probably be closer to than just say that, can you tell Jason that Dahlia will find him and speak with him on his questions later.
Right.
That I'll bring
Okay.
Tal with me to him.
Makes sense. The job is done.
Yeah. Beautiful, thank you.
Anything else? Any other people? Again, you guys can just grab Lifeline style, like, people later, and we could just retroactively say you guys sent for them.
I would like to talk to Kelsey later, but that's just to thank her for the figure.
Fair enough. You'll sign for Kelsey later. Take the silence as no other. Take us.
At the moment?
Not right now, anyway. Like you said, we can retroactively, so...
Roger.
I think Mercer, yeah, is another pick for Falk, but that's it.
He'll be with Aurelia later.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prince
he is her... Not Defoe, that's William Defoe. Her...
De facto.
De facto, thank you. De facto bodyguard. So, yeah, you guys will see him there.
Cool.
So yeah, as people are shuffling out of the room, clank, 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 pinging, whatever, Nessa does sort of cut through them in a Assassin's Creed gentle, nudging way over towards you guys. If you guys got a sec before you head out. Gotta have a word with you.
Sure.
Wince.
She notes you squinting. My condolences, Farney. I suppose she gives like a wry chuckle. I suppose he went big on balancing his karmas, didn't he? Didn't think he'd do that, though. She just sort of stares at the ground for a couple seconds and nods a couple times. Mad respect, though. Mad respect. She takes a deep stewing breath. Anyways.
He had a strange gun.
So we saw.
Do you know where he got that from?
Shakes her head. I didn't think you guys were allowed to keep your weapons.
He weren't. Did you not give it to him?
She shakes her head. No.
What about those cards that he had?
Like cards.
Pulls out the tarot cards.
She quirks an eyebrow at that. Those didn't come from any of us. You mind? She holds out her hand. You mind me taking a look at him?
I don't think he needs to do an insight check. He is curious how much truth is coming across with her, but she seems not confused, but equally like unknowing of the situation and what was happening.
Your call if you want to roll or not.
Can rumor roll see if there's like recognition and stuff as well?
Can I assist her instead?
Sure.
My insight.
I'd like to make my own roll. That's alright.
Sure.
How many times can we get Crash to say sure?
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Oh shit, that's still GM. Sorry.
Hey, Crash, can I have $20?
No.
Wow.
Also, Cursey, you say that roll to jam. I didn't see it, so I don't think it went through. Yeah, I don't think it
Oh, it was such a
Oh wait, now I see it. Now I see it. It took so long to go through. We were able to comment on it.
That's
In fairness, my
hilarious.
internet's been a bit shitty lately, so that makes sense.
That's unfortunate.
But also, nat 20.
I know.
Big money.
I'm so glad.
that
the
to your
other one was
list
a
of crits.
GM.
That one was solid too. It was a 21.6 versus
Yeah, it was
23.
pretty good. Yeah, I was expecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But hey, 29. Yeah, Nessa seems. I'll give you a couple things. Okay, let's start Dahlia at the 15. Dahlia 15. Nessa does genuinely, along with you guys, seem confused. Not perturbed. That makes it sound like she's disturbed about it, but bewildered. That's a word. She's bewildered at the whole circumstance and context of it. So you both get that amount. To Roma on a 29. This Nessa seems drastically different from the one you guys talked to yesterday. Either because actually no, 29. You might be able to discern it. Not only is she, giving her condolences to you guys for losing a good friend, but she is now in a karmic balance. So this is a more normalized her.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. One that isn't trying to gouge you guys to earn back her karma.
This is her like proper personality kind of thing, quote unquote.
That or she's on the good karma side. So,
Okay,
so who knows?
One of the two, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, going with the information that Dolly has on that 15, she is intrigued. Not beyond confused as to how Arnie got all that stuff. She's intrigued as to maybe uncover how.
Well, they probably
But she is genuine in her bewilderment. Unknowing, correct.
Well, if Arnie's capable of pulling me out of my own body, pulling a gun out of his own is not that far of a stretch of the imagination.
You guys said about that?
Huh?
Say
Long
I
story.
briefly explain it, but I don't even know. Long story. Let's stick with long story.
We can chat about it later. One other thing I did come over to talk to you about. Volunteer to do it, really. When you guys go to sec, she throws a thumb over her shoulder at these two.
Which two? Those two. Gotcha. The ones in charge.
The captain and Kato would like to talk to you to see. She stops for a moment. If you have need of us, and if you do, how far that help goes. We did just balance back out. But that's a discussion for later times. She looks back to Eugen, and maybe during that later time, you can tell me about. She looks over at Kellic, pulling people out of their bodies. But for the time being, she holds out her hand for the cards. I wouldn't mind taking a look at them cards.
Yeah. He had them kind of like splayed out so you could see all of them. He quickly does like a little flick to like put them all in one spot and hands them over. I would like.
She takes them and fans them out. This will be quick.
Hmm.
To Badger and Roma, who have seen the friends that the past team. Was it Badger and Roma? No, it was. Who hung out
Arnie
Freddy?
was there, funnily enough.
Who hung out
It
Freddy?
was Roma and Falk during the sharpshooting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, that was.
No, that was Badger and Roma during the sharpshooting.
It was. I think it was Badger and
Was it not?
Roma during
It was
the
Axe Story that
Acro.
you guys. Yeah, it was Axe Story for Badger and Roma.
Oh,
yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Yes, those are those two.
Yeah, so to Badger and Roma, you guys have seen the past team members' friends. Hers is a little different comparatively to Danny's and Freddy's. When you guys see her manifest her friend, it doesn't seem to come out as one larger silhouette like they do. For her, it looks like a dozen little creatures begin peeking their heads behind her shoulders, from her arms, just sort of gleaming in this sort of spectral way, as you guys see a glow take to her eyes, and she fans out the cards and examines them, and even holds it up to her shoulders as if, one of her little friends like peers over her shoulder to look at it, and then she holds it out to another one that's on her knee as they look at it. All these different little guys, just little guys, that she communes with. They're predominantly just two colors. As a dark, deep orange, like I don't know how to describe it, like a really vibrant orange. There you go, a really vibrant orange, and then a
Sunset
dark purple.
orange.
Like a sunset orange, yeah. She undoes the fan, puts it back to one stack, and hands it back to you, Jim.
He'll take them with the comments of, "Dude, talk to the voices of Vishnu yourself." I'd love it.
She chuckles dryly. Well, these ain't the voices of Vishnu. No, he's a lot more direct. And speaks with 3 voices at once. This, as she says, she pointing at them as they're fading back into her. This crowd, they're all separate. She points to the cards. I can tell you this, they ain't Perenzian. Not for any facet of any of the faiths. No, they feel like something older. Maybe something for the Zamkiel, perhaps, but she shakes her head. I've yet to interact with anything like that.
Zamkill? Where's the Zamkill again?
West of the Prince of Confederacy. That's this fucking peninsula sucks.
Right. That's the one that...
the twin squared peninsula.
Where we got the.
That's the
Is where you guys got the
one
fun,
that Arnie actually had lore about, right?
He had lore on the Prince
Yes.
of Confederacy. I don't think he had it for the Zamkiel, but let me double check. He did actually, you're right.
Yeah, because he had a comment about the palm, I thought. So-
Yes, he did. You're right.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
I think Jim would comment that it was just he did seem to have an odd amount of knowledge about the location.
Right, he told us about the palm.
I gleaned that from my conversation with him. Seems he knew a Perenzian at some point in time. Trader of some sort, traveling pretty damn far to make all the way to Velcaster.
Do you happen to know if there are any elds over there?
No, she shakes her head. Eld's only from the Dream Rampant. She squints her eyes. May I ask?
No
Those
reason.
cards feel a bit like them too. Points at Falk and Badger.
He looks at Falk.
Just
Corpse
casually
and
giving
outed
away
him,
the
man.
connection of
You outed
elves, and badgers, fucking goblins and half elves.
You do seem rather. She looks you up and down, folk. Dainty on your feet, but she looks at Badger. Looks back to you, Caradoc. I think you might have gotten a concussion. Yeah, let it be known. Yeah, that connection isn't known. Only you guys know that.
Yeah, that's not known to anyone, really.
I think Kerlik is a little too traumatized to sort of click what this is about, so he probably looks very concussed right now.
I think you might
Oh,
have
God, he's been
hit his
discombobulated.
head. Dolly will put a hand on your shoulder and give you a look.
No offense. She says, looking to you, Badger.
None taken.
You all are what we're about. If we wanted to call people from the Planets of the Confederacy half-time cannibals, half-time saints, she shrugs. Wouldn't be too inaccurate. And then we got the cannibalistic saints. That was a joke.
Am I
Oh,
dainty?
Am I dating?
Yeah, you are.
Very
Totally.
dainty.
I mean, a little bit.
Clocked out the
Yeah.
conversation now.
To be fair, I'm surprised a strong breeze has not blown you over.
You should have seen what he was doing one time we were down by a river and he was bouncing on rocks. It was, anyway.
Sounds like a funny story. But I've kept you all long enough. You guys have a lady to attend to. Just remember, come find us later. We'll see what, if anything, we can do. Call it, do you think's remote? Professional courtesy.
Give her a nod.
Hopefully we don't need you to do anything too good.
She thinks for a moment, looking off at the ceiling, at sort of nothing really. Yeah, well, if we can get Cater to word it out for us, maybe you'll get us to do some bad. But that remains to be seen. She takes her leave. Yeah, the Perenzians have outright occupations for nastily wording contracts.
Yeah, dude. Oh, this is so cool.
Your Honor, we did not do a good deed. In fact, we tortured unnecessarily the victim. So in fact, we did a bad deed.
So what you're saying is,
But he was a bad person though. Yes, Your Honor, but was he not a good person once?
Was
I
he
do
not
declare.
that person?
Once upon a time, he was someone's little boy.
I do
yes, Your
declare.
Honor, but I did some
I do
fucked up
declare.
shit.
Yeah, so that is actually like not a legal, well, it's a quasi-legal system in the Perenzi Confederacy.
We
I would love
should
to
try
play
and make
something.
them do as much bad as possible so that they can do some good and help out around with other things.
All right, so go rob Francis of everything.
Now,
Damn.
robbing a child does not equate to a war crime, sorry, but
Robert, leave him
That's
alone.
ridiculous.
The
What do you
kid has
mean?
been through enough.
Yeah, we can make it worse. Tell about his kid, about his family.
Right.
anyways,
Your brother died and went to hell.
he died
Oh my god.
But he came back.
as
I think
Nessa takes her leave in this like manner similar to like when someone like disappears when a train goes by in like a movie. You guys see as the train, the metallic train, also metallic train, right? Of Knight's leaves the room. You guys see. Jason
It's Jason
Oh
Bourne.
god.
Bourne. Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's Jason Bourne.
Lord Damon is like 7 feet tall, right?
No, that's Hannibal.
It's Hannibal. That's
My
the
God.
other one.
Yeah,
He's a
Sir
normal
Hannibal. Yeah, Sir Hannibal, who supposedly fucking 1v1 a giant in the north.
Right, I remember that.
Hell yeah, dude.
The same giants that can throw you 600 feet. No, I'd win.
Just off in the distance. I
Just
heard no
win.
bell. Anyhow, this man's approaches.
Yes. As Nessa takes her leave, Damon suddenly appears. The frightening presence has entered your proximity. No, he's not that. Well, it depends who you ask, but probably not frightening to you guys comparatively to what you saw.
Yeah.
Ago. Well, if you
We
think
saw
about it,
a
3
nuke
hours
go
ago,
off.
thanks to daylight savings.
Oh my god.
We saw something so scary. I don't think we processed
That
it
shit
yet.
was funny. This shit was funny, dude. Spring forward, fall back.
I don't think we've had
Anyways.
time to process the fear that we experienced.
Mayhaps. So yeah, Damon's probably small fish compared to that, but he appears suddenly nonetheless. By Fandos.
Oh, hello.
He walks over to you. I will not be taking much of your time, but I will be finding you later to discuss certain defensive matters.
He'll take a step to the side so
And-
Paul can stand here if he wants.
And of course, as Caspian will be our liaison in your conversation with Lady Aurelia, he will disclose to you the knowledge we have and had. But that is for later. He tucks his arms behind his back, like crossing it, but not crossing, but grabbing his wrist with his other hand. And my condolences for your lost friend. But I did not mean to misspeak.
No, your words were definitely very intentional.
He chuckles, looks to you. You have earned your place here. It is good that you are advocates on your own behalf. Were it to come from any one of us, especially one of my order, well, it would be more patronizing or damning than if you did so yourself.
Skepticism from us, or towards us at the very least.
Indeed.
Clever.
Necessary.
I would say it's necessary as well, my lord, that all four corners of Eulonia know that some nobody from Velcaster was the one that first harmed Deathwing.
That remains to be seen. We need to understand how far Deathwing's machinations lie. The theft of the metal flowers, well, rather perfectly timed. So before we give him the pleasure of spreading terror as he is wont to do, we must determine how far his reach goes. If it is manageable, we will let news spread. And your friend's accolades will be told and sung. But if our society is more insidious than even we and Nightshades think, this will all be secret until Deathwing's termination. If he can even be killed.
Well, he seems to bleed at least.
That he does, and he has bled in the past. This is not the first time Eulonia has encountered Deathwing, but the other time was rather... well. He thinks a rumor has it. There are those that die in the dark, so others may live in the light. Caspian will debrief you. And turning from business to leisure, personal matters. How was Riza?
Oh.
You guys have heard Lord Damon's name before. Riza told you guys to seek him out if/when you guys get to Eulonian High Society. If
We
you
didn't have
need
to seek anything out.
if you have need of a
Right.
confidant.
I see.
That's right.
Maybe Rizzo's in on it, who knows?
Bastards. Bastards, a lot of them.
Want the Nightshade.
I think that's when, like, the memory triggers back in Jin's head. Like, oh, right.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, no. Why is there such a
Punchy
punch him?
Damon.
And then he is murdered on site by everyone here.
He like parries you Wing Chun style.
I would have been mad. Go on.
Oh, She's doing well as far as we can tell and remember. You're the one we have to thank for Tal being denied entrance.
Correct.
Hmm.
To put it shortly, if Tal were around, it would
Be a
have been
different
his
story.
death.
What did he say?
If
It
Tal
would be
were
his death.
around, it would have been his death.
At whose
my-
hands?
God,
He said at whose hands?
my death wings.
Tal is strong, but he could not handle that thing by itself. By himself, even.
He taps. You could hear him like a plated finger tapping his hand behind his back, just thinking like,
Right, like Tal couldn't solo Deathwing, right?
Dahlia's contemplating.
You're very good at deafening silence.
I am rather confident in that assessment. So, Pathfinders, let us have a fun thought experiment. What would lead me to such a conclusion? What knowledge that this whole entire room knows that would lead me to that conclusion?
Which conclusion is that?
That Tao would die to Deathwing, definitively.
Hmm.
He is a great combatant. But so are many other people in this room.
But they're all Eulonian.
And as such
Correct.
can't harm Deathwing.
Correct.
But we saw Tal wound Deathwing. As he was
Indeed.
escaping.
But
Indeed.
that was after Arnie attacked him? Is that effective?
I'm afraid we are not able to ascertain how deep Tal's blow went, comparatively to your friends. But if my intel is correct, it would not have been as deep.
You don't think he's full-blooded Eulonian?
I know he isn't. Well, perhaps he is, but he is merely lost from our light. These are investigations that will have to be determined later. I've taken up enough of your time. Good luck, Pathfinders.
Pardon me, my lord.
Caradoc Moncessian. Speak.
Is there a second sky in Eulonia?
Caspian will debrief you later.
Nod.
Ho ho.
Now then. If there is nothing else, Pathfinders, I will be seeing you.
Just nod at him.
Same.
He turns on his heel with a dancer's flourish and leaves.
What a little diva.
He's got the cloak. He's got the Italian shoulder cloak.
He's
bro.
got that
Yeah, he's a
Style, though.
diva. I love him for it.
He's got that drip. He's a lot nicer in this campaign than the last time you had someone who was invading you.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
that
Motherfucker.
Get invaded!
Asshole.
Oh, that'll be an awesome sound effect of like the invasion. Anyways.
Oh my god.
We'd have to get. Oh man, but we'd have to get rid of one. I guess we have to get rid of Holy Fuck I'm Coming. Oh dang.